Peace, peace. All right, man. Wu Wei Kaizen. Peace, almighty. Boom! Get that bread. Ha ha. Going. Wu Wei. What's up, y'all? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. We're talking about the Wu Wei today. And it doesn't mean what you think it means. Some people believe it means don't do nothing. It doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean don't be lazy. Just like you read something in the Bible about the benefits of being able to do. So even if you hear somebody say the Wu Wei means don't do it, that doesn't mean don't do it. That means do it in the natural way versus you forcing something. You forcing something to happen. No, it means to be able to just do it in the natural way, in the with the least amount of effort, in the least amount of effort way, you know, without forcing it. So the Wu Wei is an interesting concept in itself because, like I said, it reminds me of some other concepts which are a little different in the Bible. Like I said, just comparing and contrasting and doing some critical thinking on it. I think it's a great concept for you to understand, you know, just to meditate on and see how you can use it if you are doing things that's causing a lot of stress in your life, you know, for you to analyze it and say, oh, I like that concept, Master Ty, to be able to do it in a natural way, stay connected to the way that I'm in, you know. Yes, that's a good question. Very great question. You know, for me, I know it's a lot about the history, you know, of Professor Gatlin and his legacy. And hey, my brother, I think it's a great thing, especially if the family could get some ends on that, because he was the original creator of the toy. So if they are, and I will be talking with the team. Actually, I'm going to send them a notification tonight. And you know, I know that it's a little different from the way, at least what I heard from one of his students, original students, that made his own product after the original. So if you ask me, if the family is going to generate some ends on that, that will be a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that needs to happen, because that was his original idea. So at least the family could probably get some sales on what, you know, and still be able to be grateful that dad made a product. They can still have some, you know, ends on it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and just be able to leave that to the family, because they do deserve a piece of that. I think it's a cool product because we need to push. You know, some people say it's not about the rips, it's about the strength. You know, it's about the strength. It's about the power, you know. So that's the only thing where it could go left if people don't understand the original concepts or the way that the military uses it, and might not be doing it for the purpose of self-defense, you know. But like I said, if you're adding other things in the equation, such as the pull-ups, the push-ups, you know what I'm saying, and using more resistance, you know, which what I gather from it is pretty much where you want to be at, making sure you have the right resistance levels on it. But like I said, it's something that you can make yourself. And you know, there's better ways you can make it too, as far as what you're using for it and things like that. So in and of itself, I think it's an okay product. Yeah, I'm okay with the product. But like I said, I also believe that, you know, and I'm saying it respectfully and honestly from the heart, that the family should be able to get some seeds on that, because that was the original ideas of the family. There was some other stuff after that as far as, this guy and the student versus the student and all that. I'm aware of that. But like I said, aside from the beef, I think it's a cool product. Also, the student of the student, both of them are two students. I think he has original way he's expressing it too, because he's trying to keep the legacy alive as far as teaching how he was taught. And I did see a video where they was both head to head, and he was showing his student, this is how you do it. And when he was doing it, he was being challenged by his teacher, even though he went along on his own path. And they have to, get over that, whatever that's about. But for the most part, I was talking to both of them, and I said, it comes to a time where we need to squash things and think about the greater purpose, and kind of go up with it and have some forgiveness in the factor. We all make mistakes, and I personally was just reaching out, speaking who I need to speak to about this. So yes, I'm actually sending that back out tonight, because I do feel that, and I know that should happen, because his sons, he still got sons and family who can benefit off of those sales too. You know what I mean? And still continue to push. I want to see some of the other questions. And once again, the Wu Wei is so cool, because this idea about the Wu Wei, and I'm gonna check the comments now. It doesn't mean not doing anything. But even when I had to go over here and do my little second mini workout with my sons, I had to do it. But I wanted to do it. Plus, my son had another basketball game tonight, and me and him was in the same mindset. Yo, we're going to get this done, but we're not going to overdo it, because he has to push. I had to go over here and do some other work. So what I'm trying to say, it doesn't mean don't do the work. The Wu Wei meaning do it in a natural way. Do it in a natural way. You know what I'm saying? Effortless action is another way they express it. Effortless action, almost like the purpose of Tai Chi, is to do it in a easy way, a natural way. Don't force it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to force yourself. Just be able to do it in a natural way. Also, the other concept was the Kaizen. And I'm going to be doing another video on this too, so you can understand about the concept. When, you might be challenged of doing the work. Do it without doing it. And I give you some more information. Let me see these comments. Hey, Italy is in the building. Shout out to Italy. And I also want to hear what you have to say, Hissa, about the rip right as well. Is he the one that invented it? No. He invented his own. But the original was called the toy. The toy. And this was a professor who actually I bought a 1 or 2 from. And my friends also bought it. He was a Vietnam. He was in the military. He was a Green Beret. And we have some of the videos on him too. I should actually probably going to put some up, because I already did a what's the name on YouTube about, because he passed away, he transitioned. He has another student that I also went to school with, and I worked with when I was training with him in bartenders, and he had his own product that he made. And for the most part, his name is Professor Gatterlin. You could type that up, and the videos will come up on YouTube. He's the original creator of the toy. But like I said, after that, aside from the 2 students, there was also other people that was also creating their own version of it. I seen some in the exercise magazine, and it looked like they had a military color on it, and they were just on some other vibe with it. So listen, at the end of the day, we know who invented it. You know what I'm saying? He prayed on an apparatus that he can be able to express based on his knowledge from the military, and and he kept it flowing and going. He did have some health issues, you know what I'm saying? Was going through a lot of stress, and he transitioned. So the main thing is just taught us that we have to let bygones be bygones, you know what I'm saying? And we got something, that came from us. He wanted something that can represent us, and also that it's a melanated thing. You feel me? Because sometimes we're not building enough of our own products and services and stuff. So I like this whole mentality about it and showing you strength is where it's at. Yeah, they can have some techniques, but if you got that strength level, just like I said earlier, if you was on, the more in shape you are, the better your performance. And also keep in mind too, the toy, as he expressed it, is also building your helper muscles for self-defense, and also your what's the other ones? Your fast switch muscles, if I'm correct. Fast switch and also your helper muscles is going to help you in a self-defense situation. And I forgot to tell my son this because he asked me a question about people who could punch fast. And I forgot to relate that message to him. But I did tell him what I told him. It's like I'm telling you. We got to stay in tip-top shape. You know? Yeah. Let me just see some more of the comments. The sun in my eye. Thank you, Lord, for that vitamin D. Yeah, stay in shape. That's right. I use, let me put on my glasses. Oh, I'll put it in the pocket. Be doing 1,000 push-ups. What's on my light? Oh, I forgot. At about 5% on here. 1,000 push-ups a day. And I stopped when Corona hit. Yeah, I took a lot of weight. And I'm struggling to get back. Listen, work your way back up. You know what I'm saying? Less is best, you know? And I learned this, even get myself back in shape, you know? My son saw me, yo, Dad, good, you're slimming down. Yeah, I tell him I got to do what I got to do too, you know? And the main thing is less is best. You know, something is better than nothing. Instead of doing the 100 a day, like my dad used to do in about 1 minute, you know, I'm still working on beating his record, or at least being able to do what he did. And the whole idea is I have to start with the 25-20. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I could do less after that. But the main thing is I'm consistent, and I have a plan to get back to my peak. And it just starts with building yourself up just like you did as a beginner. You know? Working smarter, not harder. You know? And we here, you know what I'm saying, if you need some help, I would also suggest that you go to Derby Fitness, Derby, which is a free workout joint where you could actually get some free challenges and all that. Strength workouts, cardiovascular workouts, kickboxing type workouts. You could print up some stuff to put on your walls and all that. So, yeah, dive in. It's all a mindset, my brother. No matter what age you are, it's all about the mind. So you have to say, I'm 38 years young. I did it this way, and now I'm going to even do it better now because I'm just getting started. Remember, when you turn 50 years old, when you turn 50 years young, you just begun. Just think at the idea about the belts. Calisthenics like belts in karate. When you get the black belt, the journey just begins. All of that other stuff, the white belt, the yellow belt, the orange belt, the green, the purple, and the brown, and then the black. That's where it really starts, almost like a person is going to college. Now they really go for their masters. So I say that to say is, you have a great opportunity to change your mindset and say, you know what? I got experience though. That muscle memory gonna work for me because I used to do this like it was nothing. So now that you have experience working for you, I'm trying to tell you, once you get started, that muscle memory gonna kick back in. And a person who's a beginner coming in the game, you'll actually get stronger because you have some experience already. You know about form. Things is gonna kick in your memory. I'm not even talking about your muscle memory. I'm talking about your mental muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? Your form, you know the form. You did it about 1,000 times. So once you get into your form, you know where your hands are automatically supposed to go. You probably know so many different other styles of push-ups. You know what I mean? So now it's just to work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Get something out of all that experience you've been through. And I had to do the same thing when I was trying to get the motivation back. So just to recap for those who coming in, thank you for coming in. We got some concepts that I learned on my way. One is Kaizen. You know, Tony Robbins came out with a book because I study his works too. And one of his books, he kind of changed it up a little bit. And he says C-A-N-I, even though the original Japanese is K-A-I-Z-N, Kaizen. They use it in business. They use it in bodybuilding. They use it in finances. So what I'm trying to say, you could even use this for your personal life. The whole idea behind Kaizen is, I just had it in my brain. Let me forget so I can remember. Constant and never-ending improvement. Constant improvement, or constant and never-ending improvement. So if you get up one day, just like Toyota, and you can even use this for your staff. Everybody on the staff has to do one thing to improve the company for that day. Everybody got to do one thing to improve the company. The company could be in your household. Me and my family going to do one thing to improve. Me and my sons went over here today. We worked out together as a family. Worked on boxing, worked on the sparring. You know, thank y'all for who was on there earlier. They had a great time. So once again, they worked on the sparring, they worked on their pull-ups, their calisthenics, you know, and we did one thing so that we can improve self. Okay? We talked about prayer with each other, you know, and we did a little mini prayer before they left. So once again, Kaizen, constant and never-ending improvement. This is something that you need to do daily. Okay? As the Bible tells us, day and night. Now, don't forget the first concept. What's the first concept? The first concept was effortless action. You don't have to force it. This is your nature to move. You don't have to force it. Because when you look up in the sky, everything moves. Everything moves. Even if you see a chair, a car. Let me ask you a question right now. Is this moving? Is that moving right there? Nobody's inside. Is that moving right there? It's actually moving. Does it need to move with the person in car driving it? No, it doesn't. If you look at a chair just like that's the car, it is in motion. Okay? I'm just checking some of the comments as we look at this nice car. And Brother Nason, you think you could do 1K push-ups a day? That's a lot of push-ups. And then, as you know, if you're not even in shape to do those, you don't want to be overtraining either. Is CrossFit similar to calisthenics? Yes, it is. But the only thing, some of the original OGs that I work out with and bodyweight experts, we don't agree the way they do the pull-ups, because it looks nothing like the way we do pull-ups, and it just definitely don't feel like it. It's a different operation, just like some of the brothers who was going over the bar doing a muscle up. There's a right way to do it. There's a not so right way to do it. And pretty much, you know, just like I saw my son, he was swinging his feet. No, don't swing your feet. And he was on the dip bar. Why are you turning your hand like this when it's supposed to be like a punch? And you don't want to do this with your hand. So even when he was on a pull-up bar, I told him, don't hold it like this. I showed him how to hold it in a way where his wrist is straight when he was on the joint, so that he can be able to have almost like he got to grab somebody's neck and to be able to make sure his hand is in the right alignment on the dip ball. So I had to learn this too. Yeah, you got to have your form right. Basically what I'm trying to say, whether it's the push-up, whether it's the pull-up, and whether it is doing your dip, you know, or your punch. Your wrist got to be in the right place so that you can get more muscle taste, get more of that muscle, you know? So once again, CrossFit, they got them doing something else. You know, some movement is better than no movement, but what I'm trying to say is be strategic with your movement, especially if you doing for self-defense and not just for strength. Like I said, there's a difference between both students. One was the teacher, one was the student. Both of them are still pushing that rip right and resistance, but they have a different mindset. One brother remind me of Superman. The other brother remind me of the Incredible Hulk. Two different ideas. One is original because the martial arts instructor was military. So he was teaching it for the purpose of self-defense. From my research, that's the best way you can teach it, because anytime you implementing a martial arts type of workout, you actually get more benefits from that workout. Not saying that you can't get it for getting rips, but it's not just about doing a whole lot of repetitions. You know what I'm saying? When you understand you want self-defense, you can do less sets and still be able to do damage. You can do less sets with knowledge of that apparatus, even with push-ups, and get more out of it. The military does it. They're not there trying to do 1,000. I'm trying to tell you, I studied the files. I studied the military files, different workouts. Their whole purpose is self-defense. And you can get nice off of 3 sets. Did I just say 3? Yes. You got a brother doing 30 sets. You got a person doing 3 sets. And you could get nice in a shorter period of time if you got to lay holy hands on somebody. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? So you are in a good place, my brother. You to do less work and gain more. That's right. Especially you pushing up on 40. And when you get 40, it's all about training smarter. So 30 seconds work, rest 30. So now you get to train smarter and reap all the benefits. And even get better than when you was doing 100 and 1,000 push-ups. You know how to throw that one on there. Because it's all about thinking bigger. You know, if you add up all them times you did push-ups, come on. You did about maybe 10,000. Like you was doing the, what's that thing called? When you're trying to go for that competition. The world's, I'm about to say the world greatest. You know that thing where you get the award? I was in there reading all the scores about, I'm trying to remember the name of it. When you could do a lot of push-ups, or you could do a lot of punches, a lot of kicks, break a whole bunch of eggs. I forgot what you call it. Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, you probably would have been able to compete doing that. You know what I mean? Let me check some more of these comments. Hello from, hey, what's going on? I see you, Visha. Yeah, I see you. That's what's up. That's where you from? All right. Peace and blessings. Hello. I seen that one. It's Princess, remember? I kiss your neck and you shut it. Okay. Which, and you shut it. Oh, Princess. Which between calisthenics and CrossFit would you recommend? You already know. You already know. Between calisthenics and CrossFit, calisthenics all day. Yeah, it's from experience. Calisthenics all day. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I did go over to the gym because we had a CrossFit right over here. I went over there, trained with them. Their workout is challenging. I like the way they put the sets, but I'm glad they didn't put me on none of them damn pull-ups. Word. But them pull-ups, I never did them like that, and I don't plan on doing them like that. I'm just being honest. Now, the other stuff was good. I was increasing my cardio. I like it because it's like insanity workout. You're doing less, but you're going to feel it because you're constantly moving. Even if you were just moving for 15 seconds, then somebody else got it. You waited for 10, then they got you on something else, and you're constantly doing the repetition. So I like that part of it because it reminds me of HIIT training, which is it. That's basically what it is. And then they added the other element. But like I said, my thing is I'm that dude that worries about form. Form got to be on point. Now, I told my son today he went to go do that spinning back attack, and I looked at his feet, and I said, brother, I said, you know, son, get that form right because you want that power to be right. You know, like that. I said, listen, when you did it, your foot was facing this way, and you need to turn properly so the power's there. So very similar to his footwork. It's the same thing with a push-up, with a pull-up. You know, it got to be, unless you're just doing it for, like I said, fitness. But even when you check them guys called the world's strongest man competition, they're making sure form is on point. Because if it's not on point, the body is like the chi is not there. You know, Karate Jesse talks about this, you know, not from a spooky standpoint, but he's trying to tell you when your body's in alignment, you generate more energy, you know, and you're able to lift more. You're able to breathe better. You correct your posture. If you did the study about the Alexander technique like me, even when you read correctly, your energy is up there. You know what I mean? Your posture is on point. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to have a lower amount of energy. I've seen one guy who was picking up this joint and he actually fell back. It was too much weight, you know, and it was like, now you got to know how to train. So when that lactic acid build up, you know, and some of the other brothers was finding out too, they just couldn't lift weights alone. They had to do the cardio, you know, vice versa. The runner needs to do the weights and the weight guy needs to do the cardio too. And just know the right amounts, you know, just, you know, for whatever they desire more of, whether it was for the big mass, or if it was, I just want to show the, you know, that I can lift more. That's, you know, like the world's strongest man competition, where they see who can pick up more, stuff like that, like Mark Henry, you know. Do you still get camp by doing exercises, and how would you take care of it? Do you still get cramps? Yeah. Well, one time what I was doing, I would take certain supplements. I try not to take too much from GNC like I used to, especially all them enes and creatines and all that. Back in the day, I used to play around with that animal pack and all that, but even stuff that they said will maintain your muscle that I came across, and other supplements that you could take. But now I'm trying to do it more organically. You know, that's the best way, because now they putting other stuff in there, fluff in there. So we gotta go back to all natural foods, because it also get into the temple quicker. You know what I'm saying? And you get a better reaction. I'm on 1% just in case we get cut off, y'all. But listen, thank y'all for them great questions. And we just got to use wisdom even when we taking certain supplements. You know, I had to buy some from GNC because it was right there, and I knew the price, and it was on sale. And I wanted to try this one that I seen on TikTok. And I said, you know what, next time I'm going to go to Wesley's in Harlem, because they have a better natural organic supplementation. So I'm going to be going over there when I get paid Saturday. But I'm using what I have. I paid money for it. So I use it for a little while. And I've been seeing the results. That's why I get up every day, I do something. And of course, like I said, just use wisdom when you're getting the products, because there's a lot of BS in a lot of these stores. No, I don't take no creatine. I try to get my electrolytes and stuff from natural stuff, coconut, eating the rhymes from my libido and all that, and eating them seeds that sit in watermelons. And yeah, I try to do it from more of a natural standpoint. And I'm also going to be going vegan. I got to get back to that, because I cut it on, then I cut it off. That's why I tell people, you know, we got to stay to the race, because we don't want to be going back and forth. And then it's almost like you got to start from square one when you stop working out. Like when it's summertime and I was going through a little stress, and then what? I started stopping to work out, and then it's like, all right, I'm almost back in the boat. But I wasn't totally, because I was doing something. And I just had to kick up the cardio back and get back on my other sets and not get distracted, you know? So it's a great thing, guys, because listen, the whole science behind it is you don't have to do a freaking whole 2 hours. And that's a great thing. You just have to dedicate the time to do at least 30 minutes or less and be consistent. Some other instructors and experts that I actually train with recommend an hour and nothing less. You know, but like I said, from my experience also, Bruce Lee said work out correct, consistent in a long period of time. But from knowledge and experience, that also means a short period of time. Whether it's the stretching, mobility training, like we talked about the other day, cardiovascular, jump rope for 10 minutes, and you could actually get more out of that than doing a treadmill for 30 minutes. And these are the facts. Okay, y'all? So get excited and enjoy the workout. Put on some of your favorite songs, get some of your friends for more motivation, stimulation, and enjoy the journey. Okay? It's not a job, it's an opportunity to feel better. And remember, feeling by faith is the secret. Okay? Diet. What do you think about the meat diet to gain muscle? Use wisdom. Because even when we talk about manifesting, it's not in the meat, it's in the vegetation. Think about the three: herbs, vegetation, fruits. Probably come back on to make sure everything is on point. Mr. Sparks.